1340 96.5 KVGC. On the phone with me, Douglas Viviani from Everything Old is New again. Tonight, he and David Cohen will be hosting the show. We call Everything Old is New again. Two guys that have labored hard to try to make radio fun again, and they succeed at doing that. So, Douglas, good morning.
Thank you. Yes, good morning. It's nice to be, at least on the East Coast, dug out of the snow. The holiday gatherings are behind us. There's no kids' parties this weekend, so it's okay. Except I got hit up last night by my Girl Scout daughter for, I guess this time of year is the Girl Scout cookies time, right? I didn't realize. Have you been hit up recently by any? You know any Girl Scouts knocking at the door?
No one's come around yet. What happens here? It seems like is we don't get them coming to the businesses or to doors anymore as much as they sit in front of grocery stores and get you as you go in and out of the grocery store. Yes,
I've seen that. That's very popular to do. But, you know, I don't know how, I guess the troops do that. They've left us alone, and Angelica's, my 8-year-old, is hitting us up, and she was making calls last night to her grandparents, and it's funny how, you know, she makes the call, and then they of course would love to buy a box or two or whatever it might be, and they all know, everyone knows, this is like an underground thing no one talks about, everyone knows all the cookies that are there to offer, because she starts to describe them, and they're like, oh yeah, I know that one. I'll have the thin mint, or I'll have the do-si-do. How does everybody know the names of these cookies? You don't have them year round. You only have them for this time of year.
Where have you been the last 50 years? They've never.
Who knows the names of all these things? The Samoas, the tag-alongs, the thin mints. I don't know. You know these by name?
The one I like, I don't know what it is. The one that I like, though, is the one that it's like coconut and chocolate and some caramel.
That's your Samoa. That's
there you go.
Chewy and rich, crisp cookie coated in caramel, sprinkled with toasted coconut, and striped with a dark chocolate coating. How about that?
That's the one I want, right there. That's the one.
The big seller is Thin Mints, my least favorite of all. You go for those at all?
Well, I think the Thin Mints, is because the Thin Mints, you can always take those and pop them in the freezer and bring them out when people, for a quick little dessert and so forth. And
true.
Yeah, those I would think. Hey, here's one for you. Grocery Outlet here in town had on a sale maybe 6 months ago. They had a sale. They were selling Thin Mint. Girl Scout had the official Girl Scout logo on it. Girl Scout Thin Mint cereal.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Mint, I guess it's mint. Mint doesn't do it for me. I don't know. It's just not. It does. I don't know. It doesn't have that fun flavor of chocolate or peanuts, butter, and stuff like that for me. I prefer. They have a new one. How about the Girl Scout s'mores? Chocolate, marshmallow, and graham crackers.
I haven't tried any of those. How are those?
It's a new one. I have to try that myself this year. I guess we'll get back to reconvene on that one.
How do you do, Douglas? Do you just say, "Okay, Angelica, we'll take 50 boxes," and then not have her go around selling to people, or do you let her go around your neighborhood and knock on doors? Or
no, I let her. She makes telephone calls and does that. And then we have people over. She'll hit them up at that point. She's very good at it, but I haven't had her go to the neighborhood yet. No, that's little. I wonder if that's a burden, or they see her coming, they lock the door, or would they prefer it? I actually like the cookies, so maybe it's actually a good idea. I mean, it's not something. It's not like selling greeting cards or something, right? I mean, these are. I don't know. Most people go for them. I don't.
You can get something out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get something out of it. I don't know. My sons were all in Boy Scouts, and Boy Scouts are famous for selling popcorn, and we've sold everything from. I have 3 boys, so by the time Joey came around, I could afford to just go, all right, how much? Okay, here's a check.
Right.
Boom, there you go.
Well, you got to sell like 500 boxes to get anything worthwhile, and so I'm not going that deep into it.
Did you ever do that when you were a kid? Did you ever sell like the Grit newspaper or sell greeting cards to get a 10-speed bicycle? You know,
I did. We had this. As a kid, you have dreams of grandeur. You know, you think you're going to really sell like crazy and get that bicycle or that trip or whatever it might be. I sold greeting cards door to door. I remember doing it. I did it for a good month. I started to get pretty good at it, but pretty good means that someone's not slamming the door in your face; they're just closing it. So it wasn't that much fun. It was okay. I did okay with it, but I never reached the goal. Did you ever get the bicycle or whatever?
No.
No way.
And one of the I had a friend that sold the Grit newspaper, and but I tell you what, one of the best Andy Griffith episodes, if you ever get a chance to see it, it's the one where Opie and his friends sell Miracle Salve, and then Barney and Gomer decide that they're going to try to trick the guys because it's a scam. And anyway, it's one of the most classic Andy Griffith episodes, the Miracle Salve episode.
Well, that's still on reruns, and I'm taping it. So for the kids, they're enjoying it these days. So I'll look for that one. I like the pickle one. You ever see that one?
Oh yeah. That episode is called Kerosene Cukes. That's the name of it. If you ever see an episode called Kerosene Cukes, that's the name of it. Yeah, I'm kind of a Andy Griffith aficionado on the show. So
we have to do a show about that. I think Andy Griffith is the next step from, or maybe the prequel to Our Town, the play, which is a little serious, but you know that homespun type of show and feel. It doesn't really exist too much anymore, or does it? You know, we got to take a look and see what that's all about. I really like a Little House on the Prairie, things like that. But I think Andy Griffith had to be one of the best, if not the best of its type, especially with Barney Fife. But he had so many characters in there, and I mean, it was just a fun show to put a smile on your face and a nice little lesson, right?
Now, you sent me an email that had an interesting item in it, and it's from 19. Are you sure this is from 1967?
Yes, 1967, February 1967.
Oh, okay. So this is from your high school in
Correct.
1967. Okay, you weren't in high school in 1967.
Not yet. No, I graduated much 13 years later than that, but. The menu didn't change much. It was a little different when I was there, not much from this. And I thought it was a kick to take a look at this menu. We've got the meals would be a Frankfurter on a roll with baked beans, coleslaw, and fruit, or baked shell lasagna with green salad, French bread, and Jell-O as a side.
How about this one? Chicken chow mein. Chinese
that one
noodles.
I don't remember, to be honest with you, with Chinese noodles and an almond cookie you get. Did you have stuff like this?
No, this is pretty good here.
It wasn't bad. We had fish sticks, we had tuna salad. I just get a kick out of the ice cream Dixie we'd have on the, as a snack. Homemade cake they'd have as a snack. Rice pudding they'd serve. Another one, roast beef with gravy, roast chicken with gravy, and mashed potatoes. Cooked spinach and fruit, or a raisin cupcake. It's completely and utterly different than what I'm hearing you guys announce in the mornings for the lunches for school now. No?
Let me see here. What was
certainly no Mexican influence.
No. Yesterday it was on the 19th. It was chicken sandwich with tater tots, a garden bar, and pears in the Amador County schools. And Calavera schools had cheeseburger or a cheese pizza.
Actually, it sounds like it's basically the same, huh? We had Roman pizza listed here yesterday in 1967.
Well, you know, there's something that JD and I have talked about a lot. You can see how this is dated. Everybody, I don't care where you were, everybody ate fish on Friday because that was before, Catholics could eat meat on Friday. So
right. Or
everybody.
There's one here with a grilled sandwich with tomato soup. Anybody do that anymore?
Grilled cheese with tomato soup.
Yeah.
see, we had spaghetti and French bread and salad was a big one. That was at least every. It seems like they rotated every other week. We had chili beans with salad and French bread. Sloppy
Joes? You have sloppy Joes?
I was just going to say sloppy Joes.
Those are big.
Never had hamburgers. We always had sloppy Joes, fish sticks.
Right.
Trying to think of what I really enjoyed the school menu to be eating at school lunches. I really enjoyed it. A lot of people would. I don't like it. I loved it. I don't know.
I did too. I really went for it. It was.
You know.
I don't know. I guess it was just better than that sandwich, that bologna sandwich Dad would make. You know, in the morning when we're in a rush and Mom forgot to make it, and she's off to work, and it's totally a different vibe. And it was just. It was always a nice little something on the side there. And Jell-O was big, believe it or not. I don't know. I enjoyed the Jell-O, applesauce. You got the crumb cake on the side. A nice little something for dessert there.
Okay.
It wasn't so bad.
Let me ask you this. So, our lunch ladies here were and still are very nice ladies. Always smiling, always helpful. Were your lunch ladies?
No. They were not memorable. They were infamous, if you will.
Yeah.
It was like a gulag. You know how you move along, and they would just you just get your food. You get a tray. They'd slop it, or they put it on the tray with the look on their face, a scowl, if you will, with the hairnet and the. They didn't wear the gloves at the time. They have the sanitary gloves. There were no sanitary gloves. They would just take your burger and put it on there, or your sloppy and move along, and then you had to pay for it. And if you forgot your lunch money, you were not getting any courtesies. You weren't eating, so. You have to pay for it as a kid. It was like 65 cents or something at the time. But if you forgot the money, boy, you were in trouble. Now they have the accounts. My kids, there's no such thing as forgetting lunch or forgetting your lunch money. They have like a credit card basically account on file. I mean, things are different.
And now we have just passed a law in California. It just went into effect in January that you can no longer shame a child when they go through the lunch line. It's just, they just let them through.
No, well, what would happen? They would kind of force their, get this, don't get that kind of thing?
Oh, when two of my kids were in school, if you went through and you swiped your card or you pushed I think everybody had a code. And if you were, bad, it would go,
Oh, okay.
It would make like a klaxon sound. And so, whoa. But now it's just they let you go through. But hey, Douglas, I am sorry, but we are running out of time here. We could talk all day. Maybe we should just do a show on just school lunch menus and stuff like that. That would be great.
We could have barbecue guy and fondue guy come along and teach you how to cook something like that too.
I bet your barbecue guy could probably replicate all of these. Fondue guy, he would have to. Never mind. People
he'd have some trouble.
He would have hummus and all
keeping it down. Yeah.
Hey, what's up with today's show?
Today we've got. Do you remember? Oh no, it was a long time ago. No, it was the World Series in '96, where Jim Leyritz hit a home run in the 8th inning of Game 4 against the Atlanta Braves. It's a Yankee fan. I remember that, and so we have a gentleman that is a World Series hero, a New York Yankee. Jim Leyritz is coming on the show, and if you recall, you may or may not, he got into trouble with the law a little ways back. He had a car accident that there was a fatality in, and there was allegations that he was drunk driving, and he had to go to trial, and he's got a book out about this, and he had quite a bit of trials and tribulations along the way, and he was vindicated at the end. It's one of these things where I don't know if anybody or everybody, even if you know the story, you certainly know of the arrest and the allegations. You don't know how it ended up. And it ended up in his favor there with a vindication, but further it ends up with him learning some lessons and some important life lessons. And so I think it's an interesting, fun interview if you're a baseball fan, but also besides that, about life's adversity and how to get through it.
All right. Tonight at 6 o'clock, again tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, David Cohen and our good buddy Douglas Viviani. Everything old is new again. Douglas, have a great weekend, and tell Angelica I'll take 3 boxes of s'mores. Does she have those little lemon ones that kind of taste like lemon bars?
No, they're not. They're replaced by the s'mores.
Oh. Yeah. Give me a couple of boxes of s'mores, too.
You got it.
So, all right. Thank you, Douglas.
Thank you. Enjoy the week.